This is Kathy.
This is Jen.
And we are with SUP Fitness. We're down here at Leonardtown Wharf today. And we just wanted to give you guys a couple of options on how to work your lower body. Lay flat on the ground, preferably not on a bed. You want a harder surface. If you have a mat, that's great. So what you want to do is make sure that you bend your knees and your feet are about hip distance apart. Feet are flat on the ground. So when you're in this position, I'm going to get the bugs off of her.
Yes, thank you.
When you're in this position, you'll notice that there's just a little bit of an arch through the low back. That's natural, we want that. But we want to really teach posterior pelvic tilt. So that's basically when she's going to flatten her back and her pelvis goes backwards. And then when she releases it, she has that natural arch. Yep. So what I want her to show you is something that's incorrect that I don't want you to do, and that's an anterior pelvic tilt. Where she really reaches that up. Flatten it out, relax. That's a no-no. So a lot of people actually stand that way, and we don't want that. We want you to tuck under just a little bit. So when you're doing a lot of these exercises, what we want you to do when we say brace your belly is take your peace fingers, Kathy, find your hip bones in front and slide them down, and you'll feel a little bit of a muscle there. Now, to know if you're engaging that or not, I like to say to my client, I'm going to punch you in the belly, but I'm not actually going to do it. So I'm going to punch you. And what happens when I do that? Do you tighten up because you're ready for it?
Yep.
So that's what I want you to do. And why I say put your fingers there is you can tell if that muscle tightens up. If it doesn't, you're not activating it. So that alone might be what you do to practice. If you're able to contract your transverse abdominis, do that for me. Okay? I want you to do that slight posterior pelvic tilt at the same time, holding the contraction, and right there is abdominal bracing and that proper posterior pelvic tilt. You want to set yourself up with that before you do any movement. Again, we're all about that foundation. So now that you have that, let's just go ahead and do a bridge. So brace the abdominals, posterior pelvic tilt, maintain it, and then very gently lift those hips up while you maintain all of that that's going on. And slowly release everything. So if you're able to maintain that contraction of your transverse abdominis and you can keep the posterior pelvic tilt, then I would say go ahead and do 10 bridges, maybe do up to 3 sets. If you're not even at that point, just practice contracting your abdominals and practice your posterior pelvic tilt. How's that feel?
Fantastic.
Okay,
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to add?
I just want to say that as somebody with some back pain and a history of an anterior tilt, when I find that really nice positioning and I brace my belly, my back feels fantastic. So if you have some back pain, please get on the floor, try what Jen just described, and you'll probably feel better, and it'll help you figure out where your pelvis is supposed to be when you're standing.
Yes, because you'll notice if you see me out and about in public, I've had back surgery, I'm constantly moving my pelvis around a little bit. And oftentimes I'm trying to find that kind of neutral, that slight posterior pelvic tilt, because if not, I have a little bit of back pain or discomfort. And when I find that posterior pelvic tilt, it actually draws your tailbone down and it gives a little bit of a stretch through the low back. So go ahead and try it. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact us and make sure you check out and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
To you again from Leonardtown Wharf today on a beautiful sunny day. And we wanted to talk to you a little bit today about how to stabilize and strengthen your hips.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to demonstrate an exercise that we both love to use. Kathy's going to go ahead and get down on her mat. So if you have one at home, it's best to be on the floor or a hard surface. We don't really want you to be on a bed. So go ahead and come down to one side. It doesn't really matter which side because you will do both. But as you can see, she has a nice long spine. I actually prefer her not to prop her head. I prefer her arm to be down. Is that hurting your arm?
No, that's actually, no, it's great.
So she just wants to have that nice long extension through her entire spine. Her hips are stacked, so that means they're right over top of one another. Her trunk is not rotated, so she's not forward and she's not back. So she's nice and stacked, like I could put a rod right between her hips. Her legs are bent, knees are bent, legs are stacked. So ankles together, knees together. So what this exercise is, how it's gonna start, she'll keep her feet together. And what she's gonna do is engage her glutes by lifting the top leg up as high as she can without any pain or discomfort and without any rotation. So we like to use this during like a dynamic warm-up or in the beginning of our workouts, and we like to do this movement for about a minute without any resistance. So she's gonna lift that leg and hold for just a couple of seconds and slowly lower. And over time, she'll definitely feel this muscle working.
Yep.
You feel that?
I feel this one, and I also feel this one on the bottom.
Because she has to stabilize down there. And again, you see there's no movement through her trunk. So if you start to cheat, you might rotate forward or back, or you might even start to lift your feet, the top foot off the bottom one.
Sometimes I see this. The
Yes.
hip draws back.
So that's where we can be here as a cue to cue you to come forward. And now we have a little fly as a visitor, but that's okay. So after we do this for a minute with that hold, we then like to go right into opening and closing. So it's a little bit quicker. We're not getting that isometric contraction, you know, back here in the hip, but we're still getting that movement, some mobility, some strengthening.
Ooh, it's firing, definitely.
And she'll feel it. So that's a good way to warm up and get that muscle going, so then we can continue on with our workout. So once we've done this for a minute, we then stop and we switch and do the same thing on the other side. Now, if this is really easy or you have this down, you could also get a resistance band, put it around your knees. You could use your child, maybe, someone, you know, can hold the baby there if you're playing with your kid. Whatever works for you. You could hold like a weight here if you wanted, but I would start with this foundational pose without using any resistance and make sure you get this to fire and see how that feels. Anything else to add?
No, I love it. It's a great exercise to stabilize and strengthen your hips. Very functional. Everybody can do it. Give it a try. Let us know how it feels.
Here's the happy health. So we want to talk a little bit about the lateral lunge and even doing a curtsy lunge. So we're just going to go ahead right into it and show you a lateral lunge. Kathy's going to show from the side, I'll show the front view. So you just want to set yourself up nice and firm, and we'll start with the right leg moving. We're going to step out nice and wide, plant your feet, toes forward, don't let your left ankle roll, shift your weight over and back, make sure your knee stays behind your toe, and then you're going to push off and come right back in, stepping on the ground. And we're going to go back out, do it again, check your alignment. Number 2, we'll do one more.
She said number 2.
Yeah. Stop here, and then we're gonna just add on a little bit. So step out again. This time as you come back, come up to balance. Whoops. Come right back out, and then come up to balance. So squeeze that butt cheek. Right back out, up again, and then come back out. Then this time, as we go out, you're gonna step out. I may have messed up there.
No, you're good.
You're gonna lift up and raise out to the side, do abduction. So come into your lateral lunge, get your balance, lift up. Can't really seem like I can talk today.
You sound great. And
Back
you're very
here
pretty.
And here. So then we're going to show you a curtsy lunge. So rather than staying in this same plane of motion, we're going to get a little rotation. So you're going to step that right leg behind, and you're going to bend down. So both hips and both knees are bending. Watch that front knee, make sure it doesn't wobble too much. And you want to keep it in alignment over your ankle. Again, you'll come up and just tap. So step it back, keep your chest lifted, tap it up, step it back, drop down, step it in. This time we'll come up to balance. Step down, whoop, up to balance. Tap down, up to balance. One more, up to balance. And again, we'll take it out to the side. We'll come up and lift to that abduction. Here. Yeah, it's not so easy, is it, Miss Kathy?
No, I wasn't prepared for this one, and I love it.
And
Forgot about it.
lift. And that'll do it for that side. We'll let Kathy take it away for the other, and maybe she can speak a little more clearly.
Probably not. But on the left leg, Jen's gonna go side on for you on the left leg as well. And we'll take 3 on this side. What you're gonna find, let's go ahead and go, Jen. We'll go right to balance. What you're gonna find is you'll feel a nice dynamic stretch right in your adductor, your groin, and your hamstring. So make sure you breathe 2. We'll do a couple more. Inhale, exhale and contract the abs. Inhale, exhale, squeeze the butt. One more. Breathe in, breathe out. Now to add that abduction, same breath, in, out, inhale, exhale. Now on this one, make sure when you stand up that you're nice and tall. We don't want you to come up and tip over too much. Whoa, one more. Yeah. And the curtsy, right? Nice little twist. Same breath, we'll go right to balance. Inhale when you come down, exhale when you push up. Whoa. Inhale, exhale, contract and squeeze. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. Can't just go through the motion, you've got to contract. Perfect. Team, those are great ways to stabilize your hips, your inner thighs, and to strengthen the whole hip complex and lower half. Plus, it gets your heart rate up, yes?
Yes, my heart rate got up and I was all over the place too.
It's good stuff, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Make sure to go to YouTube and subscribe to our channel for more fitness education.
And we're down here at Leonardtown Wharf. Just wanted to show you a couple of exercises that you can do, kind of piggyback off of what we did last week or 2 weeks ago with lunging. We want to continue to talk about single leg work, core integrity, activation of your glutes, get a little balance in there. So we're going to start with a single leg deadlift, I guess you could say. We're going to have our feet staggered about hip distance apart, and we're going to have you keep your back toes down. Try to keep your hips nice and level. Again, find your foundation, keep your belly engaged, chest lifted, all that good stuff. And we're just going to hinge. So you're not bending your knees. It's all about hinging at your hips. Your rear end goes back, chest stays forward, almost like you're taking a bow. So we want you to hinge forward, feel the pull in the back of the front leg, and you're gonna push through your heel to come all the way back up. And you really wanna feel that through your hamstring and through your glute. Hopefully it's not all in your ankle and your calf. We really don't want that. So we like to do these, maybe 10 times. You can go up to 3 sets of 10, depending on if you can tolerate.
Make sure that you inhale when you come down, and you exhale and squeeze your glute and contract your abs as you come up. So inhale, the supporting knee is soft. It's not locked and it's not bent, it's soft. Exhale, come up. Let's take 3 more. Breathe in, dive the heart forward. Breathe out and squeeze. 2 more.
I sometimes place my hands right here, my fingers right at my hips, so I know that I'm hinging too. Just a little cue for yourself. Good.
Now like a deadlift, yeah, like we're picking something up?
Yep. So now we're gonna hinge a little bit more, and we want you to keep your toes connected. But if you're a little more advanced and you feel like you can really keep that glute engaged, you can lift that back leg up. However, what happens is a lot of people, that work goes into the calf and into the foot, and we really want to try to target this area. So don't think you're cheating, or don't think that you're, not doing something really challenging, because you have to remember, it's all about your purpose. Why are you doing this?
I want you to think about, too, picking something up off the floor with the opposite hand. So maybe picking up a dirty sock, picking up a child's toy. And as you hinge, I'm really feeling it in my hamstring.
Me too.
And my glute. I'm getting a nice stretch. Whoa, I'm off balance.
And I sometimes even lift my big toe up a little bit, just so I can really enforce that I'm driving through my heel.
Let's do 1 more, and then we're gonna add on a little rotation.
Oh boy.
It'll be fun. All right, hinge at your hip. Hold this one, keep the back toe down. That also helps keep your hips square. If you'd like to, like Jen said, and you can feel the work in your hip, go ahead and lift the back leg. Spread your arms wide like an airplane. Opposite arm is gonna come down towards the inside of your calf, shin, foot. Exhale, come back up. Yep. Twist again. Really feel the twist through your rib cage. And come back up. Let's take 2 more. My hamstring and my butt are on fire.
Me too. And see, my leg was lifted and I could do it and I felt great. I was a little wobbly, but I actually feel this much more with that little bit of stability having my foot down. So again, why are you doing it? How can you be successful?
Let's take 1 more and then we'll switch sides. Ooh! So you could consider that your first set of 10. And then you're taking a quick rest. Do 10 on the other side. Other leg's gonna come into the front. Back toe's gonna come down. Hips are square. I like your thing with the
Yeah, I like to put my hands right there, just so you know where your hip crease is, so you know that's where you're going.
Yeah.
It's just a little cue. Anytime I can get a little feedback, I know it helps me.
Soft knee again. Inhale as you hinge. Exhale and contract as you come up. Let's take 2 more. I'm not counting. I don't know if whatever.
I'm not counting either.
It's still going to burn. Trainers are horrible counters. It's okay. Okay, 1 more. I think I said 3 more 5 times. It's okay. Now we're going to add in like you're picking something up. Opposite arm is going to reach and then come up. You could progress this with a dumbbell, right? But you don't have to. I'm getting a great reaction in my glute, my hamstring. It's noon, you hear that?
Me too. It's the root toot.
Yeah. Now, off balance, but I dig it. Okay, Should we do that airplane?
Yes.
All right, hinge forward. Reach your heart nice and long. Spread
Hopefully
your wings.
I'm not in front of your face.
You're good. Inhale. Exhale and twist. I think I said the breath wrong on the other side. It doesn't matter as long as you're breathing. Come on up. You want to keep your hips square. Again, the rotation comes through the ribs. Ooh. Back is nice and flat. We'll take 2 more. Last one. Ooh.
On fire.
On fire. So essentially, we just did 1 set on each leg. Nice little reaction. Feel free to do 3 sets of 10 on each leg. You could do 2 sets of 15. And as Jen said earlier, as long as you're feeling the burn and the sensation in your glute and your hamstring, you're good to go. Yes, do it up. This is Jen coming at you today talking about healthy hips. We did a video for you on some lunges to help build stability and strength in your hips and also give you a nice dynamic stretch. We'd like to marry that today with a very gentle yoga flow to complement the stabilization and strengthening of your hips. So let's do this, Brutus. Come to mountain pose with us, please. Heels are under your hips. Inhale to extended mountain, taking your arms overhead. Exhale, soft knees. Take a forward fold, please. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step 1 foot back. Exhale, the other foot back, down dog. Hold this. Inhale, high on 10 toes. Exhale, step your left foot through your hands and prepare for high lunge. Inhale your arms, lift your chest. Back heel is lifted. Exhale, sink into your legs. Warrior 1, land your right heel. Squeeze your right butt to square your hips. Inhale to reach, exhale to sink. Warrior 2, open your arms, adjust your back foot if you need. Inhale, exhale, sink in and relax. You're so pretty. You're so pretty. She's so nice. Flip your left palm. Inhale to Sun Warrior, tracing a line along the sky, pulling your ribs off of your hips. Hold it here for 1 full breath in. Exhale. Inhale, bring your arms back down. Exhale, straighten your left leg. Inhale, reach forward. Breathe out, land in triangle. Feel the stretch in the groin. Really reach for the sky. Feel the stretch along your side. Extended Warrior 2. Bend your right knee, your left knee. Place your left elbow on your thigh. Inhale, reach. Exhale, settle and hold. Please inhale. Exhale, hands down to frame your left foot. Lift your right heel, step back, down dog. Hold it here for a breath or 2. Inhale high on 10 toes. Exhale, right foot through your hands. High lunge. Inhale, lift. Exhale, settle. Warrior 1, land the back heel. Squeeze your butt to square your hips. Inhale to reach. Exhale to sink in. Warrior 2, press the palms down. Open the back foot if that helps you. Sink in. Oh, that breeze feels delicious. Amazing. Yoga outside on Leonardtown Wharf is gorgeous. Flip your right palm. Inhale, reach up. Sun Warrior. Inhale the arms back down. Exhale, straighten your right leg. Inhale, reach. Exhale, land. And again, a nice stretch in the groin, a stretch along the side body. Extended Warrior 2. Bend your right knee, right elbow on your thigh. Press the elbow into the thigh to lift off of the shoulder. Stay here for a full breath in and out. One more inhale. Exhale, hands down to frame the right foot. Lift the left heel. Step in, forward fold. Hands to shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Coming all the way up to standing. Inhale, take your arms wide. Stay tall. Exhale, arms at your sides. Yeah, how do you feel, Jen?
I feel like $1,000,000.
$1,000,000, baby. So, lunges, yoga, strong, healthy hips. Check out our YouTube channel for more educational videos and subscribe.